Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my belly button. Yes. So now today it is closed. I have no issues with my belly button, but I went through it with my belly button. On February 9th, my massage therapist she had came, sorry, I want to see. Okay, she had came to do my massage, and she said, you know your belly button is open? And I'm like, what? She took a picture of it for me, and I will insert photos. You guys are gonna see the progression, of this belly button of mine as I talk about it. But she took a photo of it, and yes, my belly button was open. It was pussy. You could see, it looked like, to me, you could see like so far into my abdomen. I just couldn't believe it. I don't know how it happened. I have heard stories of other dolls that have had tummy tucks with Dr. Dress that this has happened to them. I've also heard that this has happened with other surgeons, not even with just my surgeon. It's happened to, uh, you know, I know dolls personally that this happened to as well. So you'll hear things where it's normal, it's not normal. Honestly, I don't really know. All I know that when it initially happened, it was very scary. So scary. In fact, I had went straight to the ER. My husband had dropped me off at the ER, and yeah, I met with a surgeon there. So what they ended up doing, they ended up taking some CAT scans of my belly. I had a lot of free fluid collection, which is pretty normal, considering the type of surgery, you're going to have that swelling. There was no abscess, but my belly button was, in fact, just wide open. So they ended up admitting me into the hospital. And I had a consultation with he wasn't a plastic surgeon, but he was a general surgeon. And, basically he told me, like they're not going to close it up, which makes sense from from a nursing standpoint. That makes sense. Basically, unfortunately, once a incision, like that opens up, it unfortunately it is considered a wound, an infected wound, right? Because you have this cavity on your body that's been opened, right? And now it's, open to the air. And it shouldn't be that way, right? So basically they controlled my pain. They sent me some antibiotics to my pharmacy, and I was on antibiotics for 10 days. The general surgeon, now I do need to add this. Please don't use this video as what you should do. Please seek a medical professional opinion immediately. This is just my story of what, I was told to do and what I did. So this general surgeon basically, told me that of course he wasn't going to close it up. Basically to do what is called a wet to dry dressing. Excuse me. Yes, wet to dry dressing. And that's basically using normal saline. You can get that from CVS, Amazon. Your wet piece of gauze. I stuck it in there lightly. I didn't pack it, because I didn't want to. This is the thing too. And I still am today, right? So this happened February 9th. All right here is very numb. I'm getting some feeling back nowadays, but when around the time when this happened, my abdomen was completely numb. So I had to be very, very, very careful doing the wound care for my belly button because I couldn't feel anything. So I just lightly, put the wet gauze, like, on the belly button, and then I put a dry gauze, and then I used paper tape to tape it up. I did that once a day. What the general surgeon advised me to do. I did it once a day, and I would take pictures pretty much like every day, every other day, of the progression of my belly button, and you guys will see that here. Slowly but surely, it started to close, and it was very slow. I'm gonna say it was a good, very good 2 weeks, if not longer. I feel like it's March 5th, right? And like I said, this happened February 9th. It's March 5th, and within the last week, I'm going to say within the last week, my belly button, I feel like it's finally closed. I have no issues with it. Nothing is leaking out of it. I haven't had to put any dressings on it. Yeah, it looks like a normal belly button, right? But yeah, it was very scary for a long time, guys, to the point where I was so mad because I tried to get a hold of, and I'll go ahead and touch on this a little bit. After surgery, I stayed in Miami for about 7 days. And I went to the clinic every day afterwards for my massages. You have a post-op coordinator, right, that you will be in contact with. You're supposed to be in contact with, right? I would talk to her while I was at the clinic. I requested that I would like to meet with, have a video conference or a video call, like a follow-up appointment with Dr. Dress. That was supposed to take place the following Monday. It never happened. I reached out 2 more times after that. Got through to somebody. They said they would call me back. No one ever called me back. To this day, I have not heard from Dr. Dress. And I say all that to say, when this happened with my belly button, I did reach out to them, to the medical, to Dr. Dress and his team, to, please advise on what I should do. Crickets, dead silence. I didn't hear anything back from them. So that was it is very unfortunate. And again, you guys are going to hear me say this a lot. Cleanliness, hygiene, wash your hands, use gloves. I was so paranoid. People call me a germaphobe. Oh, well, I am. For real. I was just so attentive to whether who was touching me, was my hands clean, every time I need to do my dressing, yada, 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 yada. Right? So cleanliness, proper, hygiene it's key, to your healing, especially when something like your belly button splits wide open. My goodness. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I really didn't want this video to be too long because it's literally just about, my belly button, the tummy tuck journey woes. It literally is the only issue I had after surgery, that was very concerning to me with my belly button. And by the grace of God and my intuition and my medical background, I was able to, get that sucker closed. Right? So stay tuned. All right. Bye-bye.